Welcome. Oh, wait, see now you messed me up. I was going to say, welcome to St. Clair's. Well, we're not St. Clair's. Welcome to Texas 10. I'm Melissa.
I'm Steve, and I think you're Melissa.
Woo, I think I'm still Melissa. Anyway, we're actually here with our segment for Texas Troubadours, and we're really excited because today we have two great young musicians. We have Graham St. Clair and Jackson Wright of Graham St. Clair is the name of their band, boy, and I'm going to let someone else talk.
All right. So Graham, Jackson, so it's Graham, black shirt, Jackson, green shirt.
Sure.
And you guys are near and dear to our hearts because you both went to Baylor University.
Sick'em.
Sir.
Right.
Bears.
Okay, and you are also very young. That's the immediate thought I have.
Well,
right?
you know, I mean, we have gotten to start interviewing quite a few musicians, and I will say I'm very excited about today because you are officially our youngest, and I love that you're just starting out. So I'm really excited to hear your story.
Right, so let's just start there. Why don't you just sort of introduce your band, the concept, sort of what you guys are going for?
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of have roots from all over. Most of us are from Texas. Our drummer and our bass player from Houston. He's from Waco. I'm from Lubbock. Our other guitar player is from Pasadena, California. And then our steel player is from, I think, in the San Diego area.
Okay, well, we'll accept the Californians because
I know.
Because did they come to Baylor? Were they Baylor kids
They came
too?
to Baylor,
Okay.
and I wasn't sure about them at first, but they won me over. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, so our roots are kind of from everywhere, and it works out really well because everybody came from a different musical background. Our bass player loves jazz, and he's a trained jazz drummer, which is just really incredible. He's kind of got our old niche country on lockdown. He has expanded my category by tenfold, you know. I'm a big fan of the West Texas music scene. Like we were talking about before this, you know, Willie and Waylon are huge for me. And then also I love like Mac Davis. I love Joe Ely. All these guys are from West Texas. And so, yeah, we've come together and we've kind of taken a page out of some of the newer guys' books where they do some rock and roll style too. So we like to play a little rock and roll, a little bit of old time country, and you know, we just do our best with the music and take everybody's ideas into consideration, and we've just really run with it. It's been a lot of fun.
So when did you get started as like this group? I'm guessing both of you played for a long time and might have been in some other bands, high school bands or whatever, but when did you get started with this particular setup?
Well, it kind of started with just the two of us. If you want to tell the story about how we first met.
So I was friends with Graham's brother through Baylor and everything. And, you know, he was a year older than me. Graham's a year younger than me. And he said, man, my brother's coming into town. You know, he's coming to college next year. Y'all should get along. And sure enough, we met up and we clicked like that pretty much and bonded over playing guitar and music. I'd have him over a bunch, and so we spent 2 years just playing acoustic guitar and jamming whenever we could.
Gigs right away or?
No, just
I want to start with when you and I were talking that night, you talked about your freshman year because you started college during COVID, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me a little bit about your playing and you were telling me how you met your first, like maybe the bass player.
Yeah. So we'll wrap it all together. So the first gig and everything was at Cheatham Street Warehouse in San Marcos.
That's a great place to
your
start.
First gig was there?
Yeah.
George Strait, Ace in the Hole,
Yes,
and Graham St. Clair, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
So our buddy Hank Weaver had asked us if we wanted to play an acoustic show, so we did, and
That was just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Played an acoustic show there.
About a month later, another buddy, Cameron Albright, had asked us to play and open again. He said, hey, can you get a band together? I think Graham was in contact with him and was
his
like,
manager asked me that, and he said, Cam wants you to play full band. And I said, oh, crap.
yeah. I was like, yeah, we'll have a band. Well, we didn't. And it was like 9 days until the first show. And we had the 4 parts. We had 2 guitars, a drummer, and an acoustic, or singer and acoustic. And we didn't have a bass player. We were missing the backbeat, you know. And we thought about doing it without it.
No, you gotta have something to hold it
It's
together.
kind of the soul.
Yeah, it would have been so bad. But I texted Graham. We're like, hey, we need this guy. We need a bass player. And I was like, I know this guy. He'd be great. His name's Raymond. And he comes out to the show or the practice, and Graham's making small talk with him and everything. He's like, hey, so how long have you been playing bass? And, he looks Graham in the eye and says, never. I watched a YouTube video on the way over here.
He told me, I don't play the bass guitar, but I watched a YouTube video before coming here about how to play bass in a band. So I should
Did he
be
play
fine.
guitar?
Oh, yeah. The drummer, the jazz drummer,
okay.
guitar. Yeah,
Okay.
He's
incredible.
the most incredible musician ever. But I didn't know that at the time, so I was kind of freaking out. Like, who did this guy just bring to our practice?
He's looking at me like, what are you doing?
And then we get in there in this first practice, and he starts telling us what to do. We've been rehearsing, and he's like, guys, this is wrong. Fixing our setup, and every single time a word comes out of his mouth, he's right. So, we're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, I remember the next morning we stuck around after practice and we're like, dude, this guy is incredible. And we took him to Chick-fil-A the next day. And
That was so nice.
It was a
of you.
Thursday night show, and we're in school. He's probably got a class on Friday and Thursday, and we're like begging him. We buy his lunch, and we're like, dude,
You went all
please,
out.
can you
All out,
come?
want him at Chick-fil-A,
Can you
right?
come to
Just-
San Marcos with us?
Right.
Doesn't know like any of us, but you're right. I started during COVID at Baylor, and the day after I moved in, I saw Raymond playing in the hallway outside, and I was like, oh man, I don't know anybody. And I was like, hey man, I play guitar too, and he's kind of like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, let's jam. And so sure enough, the next few months we spent a lot of time playing, and
I bet.
he taught me everything I know. I mean, he's
So
incredible.
When did you guys start playing? At what age? How old were you?
Oh, I grew up playing the piano, and then I started playing guitar, I don't know, when I was 13 or so.
It's a very common age
Yeah.
we've
Right.
found.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you start playing the guitar?
Oh, I just got bored with the piano. That was my mom's idea. And
So
I
there
didn't
wasn't a
want-
girl involved or anything?
No, there
Okay.
wasn't a girl.
Trying to serenade her.
I mean, the idea was probably at the time that there would be girls involved if
Right.
I decided to play the guitar.
There you go.
That seems to be a common motivation.
Yeah, but it wasn't at the time. I loved music always, and you can't take a piano with you everywhere.
Right.
And so I just wanted to learn to play the guitar. So I just sat and
So self-taught or lessons? Or?
yeah, self-taught. I took a few guitar lessons along with my piano lessons, but I never touched it outside of lessons. Never practiced or nothing. In fact, one time I played one recital. It was the worst performance you've ever seen in your whole life. I was playing Jolly Old St. Nicholas in a Christmas recital, and I just skipped all the notes that I couldn't remember. And just picked up.
Can we get a clip of that?
I bet we can.
Somebody
I
has
bet
it
your
up
mom
there.
has that.
Didn't
Yeah.
get it prepared
Yep.
for today, but I'm sure it's out there.
And you, Jackson, when did you start playing?
Similarly, kind of dabbled on the piano a little bit. Nothing crazy, no lessons. When I was in third grade, I took a couple guitar lessons. Kind of quit that. Hands were too small. I just wasn't progressing. And then in eighth grade, I kind of picked it up again. 7th or 8th grade, something like that. Picked it up again. Kind of self-taught from there forward. Inspirations behind it, just a lot of family. Cousin played. My family's huge in music. Like we go to a lot of concerts. Uncle, aunt, cousins.
Okay, so you guys start. I mean, it's like a common start story, right? And people, not me, but there's people that do this in college and whatnot. But you just got back off a first like real tour, right? And so, how do you go from, okay, we're done with college, jamming, maybe we could be a cover band or in a cover band or whatnot, to saying, no, we're going to be a band. We're going to, be somebody that people listen to and try and make that happen. What's that thought process like?
Honestly, for us, we played those first 2 gigs at Cheatham Street, and then, or is it Cheatham Street, and then it was at Freight Bar in Waco.
Right.
We were
Yeah.
looking up for another buddy, and it was kind of just from that point on, I didn't want to be a cover band. I had written a bunch of songs already, and I asked these guys, I said, hey, are you free this week in June? And they said, yeah, we can be. And I said, all right, we're going to record an album. And, you know, so we went up to Lubbock, and I have a buddy who's kin to the Maines family. Do you know Lloyd Maines?
Oh, sure.
Maines
Yeah.
Brothers Band?
Everybody knows the Maines.
Exactly,
Yes, right.
exactly.
Well, if not everybody knows them, Lloyd Maines is one of the great pedal steel guitar players of all time. And he has a daughter that has done fairly well. Her name's Natalie.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. So he's kin to that family, and they're super into music, and he wanted to get into producing some albums. So we did that together, and we recorded this first album. And then, you know, after you have music out there, you're not a cover band anymore.
Right.
And so we started getting some gigs rolling in from whoever. We you know, divvied out jobs to everybody. He handles our finances because he was an accounting major, you know, that type of thing. And I was kind of spearheading our booking with our drummer, and we just started booking shows. And you know, honestly, at the end of the day, it's just a huge blessing that we've gotten all these opportunities. We didn't necessarily ever do anything that was like, this is gonna make us big.
But you have to make the
we
effort.
worked really
right?
hard,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and we did. We put a lot of effort into it, but just that we've been able to do the things that we've been able to do, it's just a huge
Well, and there's
blessing.
not a lot of bands that can say my first gig was
No.
at Cheatham Street.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that was our first concert after COVID. We went
Really?
there, and it was just like, oh, finally,
Paul Coffin,
live,
and he was-
live music. So great.
But it, I mean, it has a pedigree that's, you know, one of the places in Texas that is really known.
So congratulations.
Right.
on that.
Yeah.
Right. And you say you didn't do anything, but one of the biggest things is moving from the comfort of being a covered band, making, you know, a little bit of money and, you know, sharing tips or whatever, to doing your own songs, which nobody has ever heard before.
Yeah.
And how hard is it to get people to listen to something that they haven't heard on the radio?
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. You know, you play some covers and you see everybody get so involved and everybody's so excited about what you're playing, and then you play your own music that you work really hard on, and you lose the crowd, you know, because they've never heard it before. And it definitely is a weird feeling. But especially for bands in our stage right now, and especially in kind of Texas and the South in general, there are people who still just love to hear originals. They don't want
Yes.
to hear covers. We've
Right.
played gigs where we'll play a cover and somebody will say, hey, cut that out, you know, play your stuff,
Right.
you know. And so it really is, I'm thankful that we were brought up in this scene where people really still do care about it, you know. And we made a lot of friends in the college scene, and they picked up on our music quick, and then they go home and share it with their friends and everything. Say, hey, check out this little tiny band, you know, because everybody wants to be the guy that knows all the niche music, you know. And so we do fill that market a little bit, and we provide that for people, I think, to say, hey, you have to check these guys out. They're gonna, you know, a lot of people say they're gonna blow up. You
Right,
need
they're
check
going
them
to be.
out. Yeah, exactly that. thing.
You're able to say, oh, I knew them when.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, there are a lot of people out there that still care about that, and those are the people that have latched onto our music.
We're always looking for people to interview and talk to, and someone told me, oh, this Baylor band's going to play at the Baylor game. And so I said, hey, Steve, there's this cute little band, Graham St. Clair, we should listen to them. And we both loved your music. I mean, I said, Steve, they have something. I guess your Spotify, you've had over 500,000 listens I saw today on your album, so that's great. But
And that equates to $500,000. Is that how it works?
don't you
Not
wish?
nearly.
Not even close.
No. So I mean, that's another aspect of it, and we've talked to this to everybody that we've talked to. I mean, like we talked to Ray Benson and Jody Nix and Gary P. Nunn. And they've all seen the music business change, right? So you haven't seen it change. It's just this is the way it is.
Right.
Yeah.
But it seems like it is so hard to make a go of it. So what's the strategy? What's that?
Just playing shows. You have to sell merch and you got to play shows. The streams don't mean I mean, they do. They mean a whole bunch to getting our music out there, but that we don't see hardly a dime from that.
Right.
You know.
This is actually
So-
merch from a recent concert. It's his guitar strings.
I love it.
I
That's
know. That's
awesome.
Hey,
That's
that's
cool.
a good idea for
Yeah.
I'll sell some
Pat
of those.
Burns.
stuff. We
Yes.
have it.
Pat
Yeah,
Burns.
get Carol on that.
So, you guys are young. My question is, do kids your age listen to live music? I mean, it seems like it's hard to get people out to venues to listen to live music.
Take it.
I'd say, I mean, yeah. Growing up, I grew up in Waco, and my friend group, we have a connection around music. We would go to the backyard 3 times a month, 3 or 4 times a month, and go watch people travel out of town. And the support of our friends has been great. San Marcos, we had a lot of friends there. They would bring their friends, and so that would help kind of grow the, I guess, audience there.
Right,
Same
grow your
thing
following, right?
Lubbock, you know,
yes,
it
right.
starts as, hey, bring your friends out. Anyone
Right.
that'll come to the show. And
If they are breathing, we
Yeah,
welcome them.
I tell my friends when we're playing, and if we're playing Dallas, and I have friends in Dallas, I tell them bring everybody you've ever even met. Tell everybody about it. And you know, the thing about live music these days is I would agree with you that there aren't that many people that will go seek out a show anymore. But if you have one person in that group that says, hey, this band is playing at whatever venue 10 minutes away, we should all go, then the group will go.
Yeah.
You know? And so you just got to have that one guy or girl who's just psyched up about live music that looks for these shows, and then you can get a pretty good audience.
Well, we try to push live music all the time. It's one of the reasons we started this segment, because we love music and we love going to shows. So I think that's great. And I'm going to say I love that you have a steel guitar player.
Oh, me too.
It's one of my favorite instruments.
We
It's just so
could
great.
not believe we found him. He's got to be the youngest steel guitar player alive. I mean,
It brings such a, I mean, especially bands that are younger. I mean, in your album, it really brings a depth and a sound to your music that is a little bit different than bands that are coming out.
Yeah.
You know, the younger bands. All right, so let's talk about your songwriting. So you're the songwriter, right?
for the most part, yeah. I write with my brother sometimes, but
When did you write your first song, and what was it?
oh gosh, it was terrible. I was probably 16 or 17, and I wrote a few songs before Roaming Home, the song that were just terrible, and I don't remember what they were called. I'll never look at them again. But I wrote that song Roaming Home with my brother. We wrote it together when I was 17 in Lubbock, and I started showing my friends, and they just kind of latched onto it, and they loved it, and they were saying, oh, you got to put this out, you got to do something with it. And so then I was kind of like, okay, maybe I don't suck as a songwriter. Maybe I can write some songs. And then I just wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote, and most of them, like I said, were terrible. And I filled up an entire little book that I had, and I think we probably still play 3 or 4 of those songs total out of probably 100 pages. You know?
So do you write your lyrics first, or do you write your melodies first?
It just depends. Sometimes I'll write it kind of like a poem, no melody in my head. A lot of the time I'll write it with a melody and then decide that I don't like the melody, and then I'll have to send it to somebody to put a melody on the song. But then a lot of the time too, it just comes both at the same time. I'll kind of be whatever mumbling about, and I'll come up with some
There's
words.
this guy walking down the street. He's either homeless or a songwriter.
Yeah, exactly. You never
I was
know.
gonna say I
You
talked to
never
someone
know.
just today.
And so, you come up, string a few words together that sound good, and you put a melody behind them, and then you're like, oh, cool, this could be a song. We're going to run with this,
Okay, so what were your majors in college?
I studied accounting and entrepreneurship.
I was chemistry.
Well, entrepreneurship will
that will
fit
fit,
neatly
yes.
with the band, right?
Yeah,
That is definitely a small business that has to be pushed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Now, I could say you could make jokes about chemistry and bands, but I'm not going to do that.
Nice.
Thank you.
That one won't
We're
help
grateful.
the band at all.
That will not help the band, right? Exactly.
What's interesting is anyone in your band, were any of them music majors, or?
No.
think so,
Everybody was
no.
business except me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then shout out to the Paul Foster School of
Yeah.
Business,
Yeah.
whatever it is, right? It will be interesting 10 years from now when the alumni magazine for the Foster School of Business comes out, and you'll have somebody made partner at KPMG and somebody, and you guys won a Grammy, right?
So what's been your favorite venue so far that you've played at?
Oh,
You're stealing the lightning round question.
I haven't.
we're partial to Cheatham Street. I think we all are. It's just there's so much history there, and we've made so many friends there, and whether that be people showing up to the shows or the people who play the next night or the week before or the week after. I mean, that's just a special venue.
That's a high-end deal there.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
I hope y'all appreciate the royalty
we love
that's
it.
been
We
there.
love it.
So the other question, just recently you kind of got off of tour, and it's always fun to hear how bands travel, because in our minds, I mean, we think about the big bands and they're either in Willie Nelson's huge bus or, they're flying from one venue to the next. So how many people are in your band?
We have six total.
And on your last road tour, how many miles did you cover?
2,800, give or take.
And what was your mode of transportation?
How's my grandparents' van?
I think Grandparents' Van would be a great title for an album.
I called them and asked if we could borrow their van, and thank goodness they said yes, because if it wasn't my grandparents' van, it would have been a Ford Expedition, and that's a lot less comfortable.
So you have 6 guys, all of your instruments, a change of clothes. You probably didn't have a lot of room for clothes.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your experience, just driving with your best buds. And
Yeah, it's crazy. It's exhausting, but it is so much fun.
who was the driver?
Well, I drove, he drove, and then we brought along a buddy who also drove some too.
So there was a 7th that wasn't in the
Well,
band?
our steel guitar player is a student at UT, and so he couldn't make the trip because we were gone all week long.
Yeah.
And so we just had the 6. He came along and sold some merch for us. And
Yeah.
hey, he even got on stage one time and played bass guitar to Dimebag by Cross Canadian.
Yeah. Played some of that.
He's our utility guy.
Yeah.
He cooked us a brisket for the trip. So,
So you had
utility
your
guy.
packed meals?
yeah.
We did. Yeah.
And so he
Late
helped
night
us out
snack.
driving too.
Yeah.
All right.
Traveling first class there.
So I've asked this of several on the younger side that we've done. So what do the parents think about, because music is a hard life to sort of live for a variety of reasons, right? The hours are crazy. There's influences of all sort, and then there's just so much uncertainty attached to it. So are they for it, against it, just watching with the interested eye? What's the...
Yeah, I'd say they're really supportive. We're really blessed to have parents that are showing up to shows like all the time. I mean, I can't remember a show other than Nashville. Wait, no, John's mom
Yeah, we
came
did
to
have
Nashville.
No?
I mean, they show up and they have a group chat, the band family group chat. and
Band family,
They're,
that is excellent.
I mean, they've all kind of become friends and all, and they're just happy to watch
Did
this.
like Paul and John's parents have a group thing? I don't think so. That's
maybe if they had, they would have stayed together.
could be.
Yeah.
Right.
They've been a bigger influence.
So
there.
your parents, they're on board with all this?
Yeah,
or-
absolutely. Yeah, they have been incredibly supportive through all this. So they want us to make enough money to breathe, but they are
Right,
they're
right,
supportive of the
right.
music.
Yeah.
So that's got to be hard. So you've got day jobs, and then you're trying to get gigs together and travel, and so does it ever make you think, I don't know if I can do this, or are you just really determined right now?
I'd say while we're young, we're all pretty determined. If we have to drive overnight right now, we can drive overnight. It can be hard sometimes, but I think we're all pretty dedicated to it.
Right. I mean, I would think that the difficulty now would be, you went to a good school, you can get jobs, you can have a life where you do what you want on the weekend and that sort of stuff. And you're doing what you want on the weekend, but you don't have, how much downtime do you have?
None. Not a second.
Yeah, I got, we had a weekend off.
Oh yeah.
What was it? Last weekend?
Last weekend.
Yeah. So, not just last weekend, we had a weekend off. And I got to go to a concert for the first time in forever and just be a guest there. And it was awesome. It was just, and then I got to sleep late the next day. I didn't have to worry about, I went fishing. It was great.
Yeah, I think you invited me to that
I
concert.
tried to get
It's
him
in
to
Lubbock,
so
where we
bad.
just came from the weekend before. And
passed?
he's like, hey, do you want to come see our friends, Ashton Naylor and Gatlin G. Ron Johnson? And I was like, man, I'd love to, but I want to stay home for like 48 hours. Like, please. And so I didn't make the trip. But
So when do you guys rehearse? Do you rehearse much? Because here you're living in different cities, and how does that work?
So we book a room in Dallas when we need to rehearse. And I wish that we could more, but it's just hard now. We rehearsed our tails off when we were all at Baylor and all in Waco. We rehearsed 3-4 times a week.
So did you study more, or did you rehearse more?
That's a tough one.
Well, we
We'll
don't want to
plead
get
the
we don't want
fifth,
to turn
yeah.
the parents against them, right? So
We studied way more. Than we.
It was funny because we interviewed Jody Nix. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's an iconic Western swing guy. He's been touring for 65 years. He started
Yeah,
when he was
wow.
8 years old. And so I asked him, how do you pick your set list? And he said, I don't.
I don't have a set.
He said, I step on the stage and it's whatever I feel. That kind of blew me away. So you guys, how do you pick your set list?
We read it in the green room 10 minutes before the show.
yeah,
It's kind of
normally his girlfriend gets a Sharpie out, and because we forget to print it or write it.
Yeah, she.
I'm glad she has a role.
Yeah, she's getting frustrated with that. She's like, why don't you just print them out? We don't know what we're gonna play. We gotta feel out the crowd.
We spend all day saying, scratch that. Maybe like all week before, like, hey, what's our set list gonna be? Let's make it now. Then the day of, all right, we'll make it. Then we go eat dinner after sound check. We'll make it. And then we get talking in the green room, and it gets chaotic. It's like, we need to make a set list. And it's seriously like 10 minutes before.
18 minutes till we go on. We don't have a set list. We're like, okay, let's just write a set list. And then
So-
sometimes our drummer will just announce it into his whatever he wants to play. We'll just play.
Yeah.
So
That always amazes me. I mean, that you can have I'm trying to learn to play the guitar at, at whatever age I am, 60 plus. And it is hard. And, one of the things, I use my Gibson app and, I'm trying really hard. And they're like, you gotta memorize your songs, and you gotta have some songs that you can just play. And I still like my little screen in front of me. And I just can't. It always amazes me when a band can say, hey, let's play whatever in the key of C. I'm like, okay.
Well, okay, so we actually haven't talked that much about this. Let's start by giving your socials and where people can follow you, where they can order merch, and where they can, where they might be able to catch you in the future. So just tell us a little bit about all of your setup there to start with.
Absolutely. We have a website. I think it's grahamstclairband.com.
Right.
If you look up Graham St. Clair Band, it'll come out. Come up. I'm not sure the exact address, but I think that's it.
And it's Graham, Graham, right?
And then St. Clair, STCLAIR.
Right.
So yeah, we have our website, and you can find our shows and everything on our website. And I think we either have some merch up on there right now, or we're just about to get some up on there. And then we have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and it's all the same. It's
All of Graham St. Clair. Okay, so look for that. Look for the website for their shows in particular, but give them a follow on Instagram, and probably Instagram's the biggest, or TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at Graham St. Clair. So then the question I've got is, what do you see yourself as? Like, if you're pitching to a record company, or to book a room or whatever, what do you tell them you are?
Honestly, people ask us our genre a lot, and I just tell them we play music. We are a country band, but country's become such a wide umbrella now for all of these styles of music. And so I tell people we play music. I say our main brands of our show are we're family friendly, we're super energetic on stage, and at this point in our career especially, we love to meet people. We want to meet everybody, so we're just an extremely friendly group of people. And that's kind of our pitch right now. It's just going for we're a show that anybody can come to, and we're some people that anybody can approach, and we hope you love the music.
Okay.
I love
All right.
that.
All right. So now let's talk about the music. You said Roaming Home. What was the name of the album? The first.
Yeah, so it's Roaming Home was our debut album, and then we released a song called Outlaw Bill as a single, and then now we're rolling out an EP. So I didn't know this when we released a full album, but the way you do it nowadays is that you release a single, and then 6 weeks later you release a single, and then 6 weeks later you release a single, and then we'll have our whole EP out, and it's just for marketing purposes and stuff.
So I learned this recently too when Morgan Wallen's last album. Essentially, it was all out before the album was out, and I don't really understand that.
So I don't really like to. A lot of bands are doing that. I like to have one work, and so we'll use the same album art and just kind of waterfall it. So we'll do one release and then one release and then one release, and then we'll release the whole deal with whatever we're doing. We might do 3 or 4 pre-releases on an album, but yeah, a ton of people do just singles here and there, and it can be over the course of years,
right?
And then they'll just group it into an album. Which when I write music, I write for an EP or an album to be one collective work. I want it to all sound good together. I want it to feel good together, and to have kind of a central theme if I can manage it. And so I don't just we're not trying to just put 12 songs together to make an album.
I actually love that. We interviewed someone else, and he was the same way, and he had just done an album, and it was beautiful, and it was an album that I listened to from beginning to end, and it was. I think that's special.
Yeah.
Of course, we love that because that
was
that's
our
how
experience,
we
right?
experience music and albums.
Although we were in a period of time when that was important. I mean, the original albums were more like they are today. It was just collections of songs that didn't necessarily have anything to do with one another. And the 50s and 60s.
In the 50s, but that was pre-us.
Right, well, that's what I was saying, is that when we came of age, the Hotel California or the Redheaded Stranger.
Don't shoot me, I'm the piano man.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, it's all...
It's my favorite way to listen to music. If a band releases an album, I'm listening to the whole thing, start to finish.
Top to bottom.
And for the first 10 times I'm listening to it, I'll... That's what I do in the car. I don't really just pick songs.
Well, vinyl's back. Do you listen? Do you have a record player? Do you listen to vinyl? Is your album out on vinyl, or is it just?
No, I want it to be really bad, but it's expensive.
Yes, it's very give me an idea. Like how many? You probably wouldn't even make money, but to get close to breaking even on a vinyl pressing, how many do you have to sell?
You have to minimum order 100, and I think when I was looking at it, they were $16 a piece or something. So it's just a big.
We used to pay $9 for an album. So
it's a big initial cost, and then if we sold them at the merch table for $25 or $30, you'll see a lot of them 30, 35 nowadays. We would make some money off that, but we don't know if we would sell all our vinyl records yet, so we're just kind of holding off on that for a little bit, But eventually, if we keep this rolling, then we will have some albums out on vinyl.
Okay, so what is the plan to keep this rolling?
So we just signed with Red Light Management in Nashville.
Congratulations!
And we've been with William Morris in Nashville for a little bit, and so It feels at this point that we're just getting going. They just have been so incredibly encouraging to us and just making us feel.
Well, and if you don't know the business, I don't know it very well, but Red Light is a big name. So how does that happen? Do you get a phone call? Did you ask for an interview or?
No, we got a phone call.
What's it like?
How did they hear about you? I mean,
so I'll let you tell the story about how William Morris heard about us at Cheatham Street. This is kind of funny.
Yeah, so we were playing Cheatham Street, our favorite venue and everything. Our friends were there in the house, and they brought their friends, and their friends brought their friends. So it looked like we had a good crowd. They probably didn't know our stuff at all, but we had fun. It was energetic and had a good show. And I think it was 2 weeks later, Kossi, our drummer, I guess he had the social media or email or something, and he got this weird kind of email, and I don't know if this is where you were wanting me to go, but it kind of looked fishy. You know, it's like, hey, I'm an agent with a company.
Couldn't believe it.
And it's like, wait, you know,
Don't
what are you
click
talking
on
about?
the link.
And sure enough, he's like, well, if this is really who you say you are, like, FaceTime me then. And sure enough, this very professional agent, Carrie Creasy, reached out
Who
to...
is like our mother, by the way.
Yeah, like, she is awesome. She reached out to Kasi, and they had a talk, and she was real as...
Right, that's an actual person,
Yeah,
right?
I was like,
It was
wow.
not a Nigerian prince. It was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Graham called me at work, and he was like, dude, like, this lady called, and she's legit. And, yeah, she's been great for us, so.
Yeah, so there was
Very
some...
nice.
I don't know if it was some kind of a scout type of thing, or
Oh, yeah.
if it was just a friend of hers or something, but he was at that Cheatham Street show. So he called her afterward and said, you got to check out this new band based out of Texas. And then William Morris got us on with Red Light. They sent our stuff over after we recorded the EP. And then they liked the way it sounded, so they gave us a call as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's got to be good. Once you establish that it's in fact a call, that's got to be a pretty good.
Yeah.
That's going to be a pretty good day, right? Yeah.
Right, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you think you're going to be here in Texas, or do you want to be somewhere else? Or
Oh, you'd have to drag me out of Texas.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna do this as long as we can. You
Yeah.
know, it's our favorite thing in the world. You know, the road can be hard and everything, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. So
Well, I can just imagine you 6 boys in the van.
Right.
Oh,
I can picture it. Maybe there's a movie there.
yeah.
Well, I think they've
The
done that
boys in
movie
the van.
several times.
Yeah, but you can do it again. It's so much fun.
So Lubbock, right? What is it about Lubbock, that area, that produces musician
Yes, Buddy Holly.
So you have
Roy
Buddy Holly,
Orbison.
Roy Orbison, Joe Ely,
Waylon.
Waylon. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Why?
Mac Davis.
Mac Davis. Actually, John Denver went to Texas Tech. You didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
Wasn't really Rocky Mountain High, was it?
No, but okay. So, but the question is, what's in the air out there that makes that happen?
So my kind of short joke answer is that there's nothing else to do. You know, but if
Fair.
I'm getting into it a little bit more, being out in West Texas kind of provides you with a unique perspective on life, in my opinion. And you meet, it's the kindest people you've ever met in your whole life. And there kind of is still there. It exists just, I don't know, almost an older way of doing things, you know, and people are polite and friendly and kind, and it's not something that I've really encountered in a lot of other places. And so, yeah, there's nothing to do. It's a musical community. Like, I remember going to restaurants when I was a kid and seeing just incredible musicians perform at a restaurant. You know, they're doing their 3-hour sets. That's what I did in high school. And just thinking it was the coolest thing ever. And that was a huge inspiration of why I wanted to get into music, is to fulfill that same role, you know. And then you have a lot of time on your hands, and being such a high concentration of musicians and songwriters and everything, that it just happens to be that you get influenced by those people too, and it's something that you want to do too. And so I think that plays a big role.
So did you ever think about being in a band, or does this happen organically and you're like,
No,
oh, this
no.
is cool?
Actually, he had a band in high school.
Well,
Oh, what was
I
the
didn't-
name?
We're going to keep that private.
Now I'm a little, I will ask you
We'll
off
get
camera.
you off camera. Yeah. Funny enough, Paige is Carrie's assistant with WME, and we had dinner with them the other night, and she asked the same question to us, and she's like, "So y'all must have dreamed about being musicians?" And I looked at her, I was like, "No, never." Like,
Dreamed of it being an accountant.
yeah. No. I mean, it was something we did. It was fun, and I just really like playing, and I think you get influenced by what you do and what you spend time in, and I guess we spent enough time doing music, not knowing that we would do music. I mean, we played a lot of hours, like just sitting on the front porch.
When did you make that decision of, hey, we are going to be a band that's not just a college frat band?
Yeah, so I played in high school around Lubbock, and I had started playing my own songs and everything, and I just played bars and restaurants in the area. And I got to college and kind of wanted to keep that up because it makes good money for a high schooler. You're the only one getting paid. You make good tips and everything.
They think you're so cute. Even the old people are like,
exactly.
Look at that cute
All
kid.
his mom's friends are there.
So I was doing that, and I got to college, and I played some of the open mic nights at Common Grounds, expecting that some gigs would come from that. But the live music scene in Waco isn't the same as it was in Lubbock. I called around. Nobody has live music here on the
makes
weekdays.
me sad.
Yeah, I know. And so I was kind of, well, I don't know what to do. And we were, like he said, we were just playing and playing and playing all the time. I would go from my dorm room to his apartment and play. And we would get, crowds of people there. Sometimes we'd look up after 3 hours of playing, and there would be 25 people in the room with us.
Were they leaving tips?
No.
No, they were not.
College kids do not. That is constant in life.
Right.
But then, I just got this. I'd made some friends in the music industry kind of through playing in Lubbock, and I got a call, and he asked if we wanted to play that little acoustic deal in Cheatham Street, and that's when we fell in love with it. So
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I guess
a great story.
to add on to that a little bit, we wanted to play a fraternity show. Like our one goal at the get-go was to play a show for our fraternity, and we never got to do that. So
For your own fraternity?
yeah. I don't know how upset we are.
yeah,
I
we
mean,
never wanted to do that after
Yeah.
we played some real shows.
yeah, it's like they started coming. It was like,
Well,
all right, we'll push that away.
The original idea was like, oh, it'd be so cool to get
Yeah.
together a cover band and play a darty. We wanted a day party. We wanted to play a darty. And then, I think pretty much our first gig.
We knew that was out.
We're not doing that. We're going to play rooms.
Well, you know what? At the reunion 25, 30 years from now, they're going to have you there, and you're going to be a $200,000 a night band, and they're going to be begging you to, play your own stuff because
someday.
Because at that point, other people will be covering it. So,
All right, you ready for lightning round?
right. Oh, well, no, I have one last
more
question.
question.
Okay. So, do you ever cover "Happiness Is Lubbock, Texas" in my rearview mirror? Do you ever cover that song?
Acoustic, I did all the time. We have not done it full band because it's kind of slow and nobody plays harmonica real well. So we haven't done it, but I love that
It's a
song.
great song.
It is.
And oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. I used to play that. I always get to get
That is old school. That is, you will get us on songs like that. I don't know if you'll get, current crowd, but you'll get us.
Well, you need to, I loved your band, and so you let us know, or we will follow you, and we'll get our friends to come, and then you can have this
everybody you've
multi-generational
ever
thing.
met.
Right.
Everybody you've ever even met.
Well, we have a lot of friends out there. So, again, go to Graham St. Clair, whether it's on TikTok or the website or on Instagram. Find out if they're going to be in a show in your area. Listen to them on Spotify. So, they're not making any money off of that, but it's great. It is great for car music. It's great
We're making a tiny bit of
Tiny
money.
bit.
It helps every bit.
Right. And if you make sure that all of your friends do the same thing, then it'll be like a quarter a week. But
Exactly.
right.
And we live in Waco. I'm just going to say something to Waco, Texas. Would you get your live music scene up and going?
Yes,
we have
please.
some venues, but we need that. I need that.
Okay. All right. So we always finish up with what we call our lightning round.
Right.
You want to explain it?
Sure. So we're going to ask you just different questions, and you can get, sometimes it's one word, sometimes a little more, but it's just kind of a quick answer.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
We'll start easy. Barbecue or Mexican food?
That's not easy at all.
We're on like level 100 difficulty here.
You did take a brisket.
Okay. Well, no, don't give them any hints.
I gotta say Mexican food.
I'm gonna say barbecue.
All right. Okay. Well, barbacoa. That's the.
There you go. There you go.
So, venue that you want to play.
I should have asked that.
Green Hall.
The Ryman.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
you're going right there.
Right. Both of those are pretty great. The Ryman is that's setting your sights.
Yeah.
Biggest musical influence?
Can we do like 5?
Sure. Spit them out.
Turnpike, Troubadours, Cody Cannon, Cross Canadian Ragweed, John Prine, Jimmy Buffett, Shane Smith and the Saints. Jason Isbell. I'll pass it.
I always have 3 for songwriting. I'm going to say Jason Isbell, Evan Felker from the Turnpike Troubadours, and John Fulbright.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. Okay. Pizza topping.
Oh,
I just pepperoni.
Yeah,
Amazing to please.
I'm a pepperoni guy. I love meat lovers. Also love Robert O'Keefe for that last question.
get them all in. Get them all in,
That one
Jackson.
too.
Walker too.
Yeah, Guy Clark, Towns.
Okay. I don't know if y'all done much of this, but favorite Texas swimming hole or water?
San Marcos River.
I'll go San Marcos River. We hop in after Cheatham Street. It's cold.
It is
refreshing.
cold. It is
Cleanses
cold.
you.
Right. Okay. Prettiest part of the country that you've been to?
Oh, I went to Glacier National Park in Montana. That was just beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
Or Lubbock.
I love Texas, hill country, but Yellowstone, all that rocky.
So I was going to follow up with that. Your favorite part of Texas? I mean,
West Texas. I'm a Lubbock boy.
Wherever I'm at. Man, it can be everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's almost Halloween. Candy. What's your candy bar?
I like peanut butter cups.
I'm a big sweets guy. I go with the Sour Patch Kids, Skittles. He can tell you I can smell.
So
Jackson
you're actually
has
like
5.
12. That is.
Yeah.
I have seen him finish a whole bag of Sour Patch Kids in about 10 minutes. It was impressive.
okay, instrument you would like to play other than guitar? If you were going to learn a new instrument, what would you like to play?
Well, I play the fiddle, but I'd like to get a lot better at it. So
Love
I'll say
that.
fiddle.
Yeah, I'd say fiddle too.
All right. Novel. Favorite novel?
Screw tape letters.
Have you read a novel?
Yes. Yes, it's been a while. Man. I don't have one that just stands out.
Okay.
with,
All right.
like,
All right.
I love that. So,
Favorite board game?
I like Settlers of Catan. I think you said Catan.
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 That's a pretty good one. I'm a card game kind of guy. Maybe not board game so much, like spades.
Oh,
That's
excellent.
actually a good one.
Excellent.
I was thinking about
Yeah.
saying that one.
All right. Last one. You get the big advance check, right? What's the car you're buying?
I'm cool. I don't need it.
I'm pretty content with a
Oh,
truck.
guys,
Why?
okay, you have to have an answer.
Right.
If I had a bunch of money, I don't really know. I just like my pickup truck.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
Probably like I would get one that like either like an old Bronco would be cool, or an old. I like the square body Chevy.
There you go.
After
All
your
right.
own
You're speaking my
heart.
That,
language.
fixed up a little bit. I don't like it where they're so fixed up that it's like a new car.
Right, it's a driver,
But, yeah,
right.
exactly. I just
Okay.
want one that runs and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty content with the truck as well.
What do you drive?
Probably F-150.
All right. There you
Yeah.
Such Texas truck.
It's
Or
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah. Texas
stuff.
tough.
Well, Graham St. Clair is Texas stuff. Thank you so much for being on the show, making a little bit of time. I know you had a gig tonight, and then we came over. We're filming a little bit late, so thanks for doing that. And if our folks want to be able to say we knew about them before,
And I actually got to talk to them.
Right.
I mean, there's going to be a day where we're not going to be able to get near you.
Right.
Like,
Oh no.
if you want to know them before, then hit the Spotify tonight. And again, like I said, look them up. If they're anywhere near your town, make sure you go see them.
Thank y'all so much for having
Yeah,
me.
You're
thank you
welcome.
so much.
And don't forget to follow us, Texas 10. Our Instagram is Texas 10 Podcast. Facebook is Texas 10, and of course, Texas10.com. And we are so excited to have you, and I cannot wait to see where you go. This is really fun.
Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
About you, and I love this land. Oh, it takes my breath away. From the Palo Duro to the Gulf Coast plain, from the heart of the hill country to the piney wood shade. I love this land. It takes my breath away.